Now here we have an episode of Kitchen Table Electronics Repair with something new.
With me!
Bizarre Furhead. Now Bizarre Furhead has a certain phone that we have come to know for various reasons as...
Lazarus.
The Lazarus phone. That's exactly right. And if Furhead were to pick up his phone right now and turn it on so that we could see the screen, you could probably see why. Well, I'm not sure if you can or not, but that screen is all scuffed and badly broken and all that kind of stuff. So this phone is really in bad shape. And this phone has been the victim of some things that are probably even too horrible to talk about. So today on Kitchen Table Electronics Repair with Bizarre Furhead, he's gone out to eBay and he's purchased himself a new front panel and digitizer kit. Please hold that up to the camera for us so we can see what you have there and confirm that it is in fact unbroken. Well, help if you tilted it out of the light, but there we go. It is indeed unbroken and ready to be installed. So Furhead is going to start taking apart the Lazarus phone.
Back cover already falls off.
Yeah, that one.
Anyway.
That one's really. This is the easiest part of the disassembly right here. This is the one that I could do. There's the battery.
That's actually held in pretty good. When it fell from the ceiling in the new garage, it didn't pop out.
But the back cover fell off.
Yeah, and when it dropped off the garage door at work, the battery didn't fall out either. And the garage door is about an 8.5 foot unit.
All right. So what do we have to take out of there now? We have all kinds of highly precise tools to do this. A Torx driver over here that Furhead is not sure why they included.
Maybe as an ear picker?
Plastic spudger-like thing. The new digitizer. A set of precision Phillips screwdrivers suitable for rounding off Phillips screws in a precision manner. The phone's battery, the phone's backplate, a set of picks and hooks, and this rather unlikely
my
tool.
really big spudger.
And this thing.
You like my new key?
Whatever that is. So go to it, Furhead.
Nah. We'll do the corners first and round those off nicely.
And while Furhead bravely works on his phone, your trusty cameraman, sometimes called uxwbill, is going to sit here and eat string cheese.
Where's my string cheese?
You don't get any.
Do I at least get beer?
I don't have any beer. You're the one who has beer, not me.
You're telling me I have to do all this work sober?
Yep.
That's gonna suck.
So is losing those little screws.
Oh, you just get some fast weld or some silicone, liquid caulk, you know, super glue.
Okay, what are you going to do now? You got all the screws out.
I'm gonna try and pop the silver middle part out, which isn't really too silver anymore after all my adventures with it. So we are going to take the included spudgering tool.
You see, there are lots of videos about repairing this particular kind of Samsung phone on YouTube, but I guarantee you none of them are as much fun as this one. What could possibly go wrong here, folks?
Ooh. Clicky clicky.
Save that, it'll be important later for the autopsy.
I think it might be.
Word to those of you who are following along at home, not that we recommend you follow this or anything we do as a guide on how to do, well, anything. Make sure you take the micro SD card out as well as the SIM card. Both of those would be very good ideas, and then you can get at the rest of the phone. You can also see just how broken this thing really is. We're not making this up. Now right there between those two ribbon cable connections is a tiny and very easily overlooked RP-SMA, probably antenna connector. And I just disconnected. In fact, you can see the little wires hanging free right there. So if you're doing this on your own phone, definitely be mindful of that little thing. Of course, there's more fun still because there's a set of cables on the underside of the board as well. Isn't this a lot of fun? Right there for all the world to see are the telephone's brains. That's all the more there is to it. And there's the speaker for the earpiece. This thing actually ended up separating into two pieces. The old AT&T Samsung plastic shield branding piece, and then the actual glass portion of the digitizer itself, whereas the replacement digitizer comes with an attached AT&T and presumably Samsung front panel. Under here is the phone's existing display, which has been scratched a little bit by the action of the broken glass above it, but hopefully some of that can be cleaned up. The display itself appears to be undamaged. Now here's the new digitizer getting ready to go into place, and when you're doing this you have to use care to make sure that that little cable right there actually goes through the phone in the right spot, so that you can hook your digitizer back up to the phone radio and processor board. This thing is also wrapped with a material to protect its sticky surface, which will have to be removed as I apply it to the telephone. But in just a moment, this phone should be on its way to going back together. Here is the old bottom half of the broken up and ruined digitizer.
Went through hell and back.
Yes, it did. There, folks, is the shiny, in fact so shiny you can see my ugly mug, touchscreen digitizer piece. And there, for comparison's sake, is the old busticated one.
Look what I can do.
Now for the fun part, putting in all these little connectors. I already connected the one for the digitizer right there. I'm not sure what this one does, but that's probably the display. And then all these other connectors as well need to go into place. And then Furhead can put the screws back in and start putting the phone the rest of the way together. And we'll drop the battery in it and see if this piece of junk is worth what he paid on eBay for it.
Yep.
Alright folks, here we go for the inaugural smoke test, where we put the battery in and we see what smokes. Go ahead and try turning the little telephone on here. AT&T!
No cracks.
No cracks!
Let me see. Oh, that's nice.
It lives.
You're not going to know what to do now.
I know.
It did boot up, so we were that successful at least. Oh yeah, we got phone lock. Let's see if the keypad works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the keys actually register when they're being hit, so it does work.
That's nice.
Go ahead and enter your lock code. See if it'll unlock for you.
Makes me want to play with my smartphone.
Yay!
Sweet.
Time is being updated. Now I just have to get a new back for it.
Yeah, you just got to get yourself a back panel and you'll be set.
They want $15 for this.
That's hard to
On
believe.
eBay.
Considering that our new iPhone is like $50 from Verizon.
This was free from my buddy. And
There you go, folks. Phone repair for total dum-dums.
Yep.